Hello, Hogziller here again. And in today's video, I'm going to take an informal look with my tips and tricks and guide to completing terraforming for the Caribbean Skies DLC for Tropico 6. So I will be doing a lot of pausing and backing up and a lot of explaining of how I do and why I do what I do for this scenario. So let's just go ahead and get started here. For this scenario, the key is going to be farming and resource acquisition. So there's going to be a lot of soil degradation in this scenario. And so normally how you would combat that is either you would be using the multicultural work mode for plantations, the pasture prohibitive on ranches, or you could be using the manure spreader. So in this particular scenario, there's actually a thing called a fertilizer cannon, and we're going to be using that. So a lot of stuff is going to happen in rapid succession here, so I might be pausing a lot early on. But as you can see, we're going to be doing some exporting of materials. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to build my 2 fishermen's wharfs. Then, and I'm doing this all with quick builds. There's enough money. You get started out. You could see I actually started out with 100,000 or something like that. So you could go ahead and just quick build a lot of this stuff. I'm going to change my chapel to help first, preach later. And what that does is it basically makes it act as a very poor man's clinic, where at least they're receiving very basic health care. So people aren't leaving or dying because of health care. But let's keep going here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the library because there's a couple things I want to research. Get the road built for that. Then we're going to start building one corn, a banana, a pineapple, and a tobacco. I actually made a very minor mistake here where I didn't actually change the options. As you can see in the video, I will actually be doing a change resources later. I should have probably caught that, but I was going so quick since this is a speed run. Build 3 gold up there so that you have the gold. I think it's going to ask for gold later, but gold will just actually get you a lot of money anyway for exporting. Do a fort because you're going to be attacked by pirates a lot, plus a pirate cove so that you can get people in. Now I'm going to build ranches. I'm going to do 2 crocodile for the leather requirement. I'm going to do 2 goat for a milk requirement, and then I'm going to do 2 pig for a meat requirement. And I'll do the pig on the other side here. But first, I am going to do 4 sugars. Rum brings in a lot of money, so I'm going to do a number of sugar plantations. Then I'm going to build the logging camps after I get my rum distillery built. And I want to build another Teamsters. A couple actually. I think I built like 4 of them here, at least 3, and I want to maximize those because you're only getting 6 people working, as compared to if you had it upgraded in the next era, it would be 12 Teamsters. I do my 3 logging camps because we're going to need that anyway. We're going to need logs for the fertilizer cannon. Now I'm just going around maximizing the budgets on a bunch of stuff here. Setting the profit protocol work mode on the mines. And now there's a requirement for a fertilizer cannon. So I'm going to go ahead and build after I get my... I want to do a pirate cove when men need to rescue, because I'm going to need the pirate cove anyway. But now I'm doing the fertilizer cannon. This will allow you to send basically missiles from the sky to fertilize places to like 125%. So most definitely get that fertilizer cannon built. Complete the optional requests to get these fertilizer droppings or whatever you want to call them. What I also did is I did build at the top of the hill a tavern and a chapel, so people don't have to go as far down the hill to do that kind of stuff. So now I'm just getting more requests for materials. I did my first fertilizer cannon to get sugar, because you can see I need 500 sugar. And so I want to get that 500 sugar in first. And then I'm going to notice here, oh no, I did not do my my stuff right. So I'm going to quickly go ahead, and I accidentally didn't even hit change resource. So I have to come back here. Then do change resource, which costs money. Go ahead and get the tobacco, the pineapple, get the banana in there. And I want to leave these on mono mode because I'm going to have enough fertilizer cannon uses to keep these on monoculture. Normally I would switch these to multiculture. But now what I'm doing is I'm getting people to my island to fill these jobs. So I'm going to go ahead and just hire workers to keep this process moving along. So definitely do that on your sugar. Fulfill the demands of the crown. Now I need to use a fertilizer. And I'll get an easy fulfillment there. Set my work mode on the chapel, build a chapel, and eventually a tavern out there. I just did a chapel out there because it was a requirement. Now it just requests that I deliver logs, coconut, and some other material. I forgot what there was one other thing it requests. So now here I'm actually going to pause and go backwards a little bit. So now what you could do is you're going to get attacked by pirates, and you can give them one fertilizer bomb to make them go away, or else your fort might be enough to fend them off. But I go ahead and I think I just select whatever I need here to just get them to go away. You're going to have plenty of items from the fertilizer cannon throughout the scenario. You might want to do it like on hard difficulty, because in hard difficulty, obviously more pirates show up, and they want actually then 2 fertilizer cannon rations. So I always just kind of keep an eye on the efficiency of my plantations and ranches, and just use the fertilizer cannon as needed. I think rum is the other thing that it needs. I can't remember for sure. Rum or fish. So now it's just for the rest of the scenario, just fulfilling the export requirements and fertilizing the farms and the ranches. So I don't know how much more talking I'll actually do in this scenario, because it's basically the same thing again and again and again. As I just need to now export 500 in rum. There's a couple other things. There's going to be a request coming up here where they're going to ask for so many taverns. So that's why I'm building so many taverns right now. So now, just build a few more taverns.
Viva la revolution!
just go ahead and I'm just building some bunkhouses so the people aren't living in those shacks. The shacks don't bring in any income. You get 0 income from a shack, but the bunkhouses, as long as they're fully filled, you can actually make a profit on that housing. Plus it increases the housing rating for those people, making them happier. But if they're fully filled houses, they bring in more money than the budget says, so you can actually make money on the houses. So that's why I built some of those. So now I completed the I completed the crown request, but now you're going to get this thing here about building bunkhouses, a circus, taverns like I mentioned. Plus you're going to need gold, rum, and tobacco to the fertilizer cannon. So I'm just going to go ahead and build my circus. And I still need about 100 on the leather. So let's go ahead and just get the circus built, and then the rest of the materials should be at the fertilizer cannon in short order. Leather just takes some time because you're just using the crocodile farms, but you should be getting it here momentarily. Like I said, there's a lot of waiting around in the second half of this mission. It's just a lot of building early on. I'm setting even an emergency job to speed this up. So I'm just going ahead. I'm trying to get the crocodile leather to the dock so I can complete that part of the scenario. I get an easy level up of the penal colony there. Just trying to get the rum. Yeah, I just get rid of the pirates quickly. I'm just gonna check, make sure. Now what I'm thinking here is there's going to be a mission that the Pirate Cove needs to do in a moment, and I want the pirates to build up points. So I'm just going to actually not send them on any more scenarios. And actually I'm going to back this up just a little bit. Here you're going to get this monkey see, monkey do scenario. What I notice in these expansion packs, there's a lot of, like, I call them fooled you, got you, missions that come up, like in Drone City. In Drone City, there's that initial mission that's kind of like a dummy mission. So here's another dummy mission that's not required to complete this game. Just go ahead and just skip this. You don't need to do any of this. That's why I didn't build the coffee or the cotton, because it's not needed. We should, once we get this rum to the fertilizer cannon, we should be getting into the end game mission, which will be completing a special raid with the Pirate Cove.
I was thinking so.
So actually, we just got it right there. I'm just gonna back that up a little bit and then explain that. Now you need to complete the Attack Lord Wyndham Convoy raid. And what this will do is this will get you into the end game. So you just go ahead and accept that. Use your Pirate Cove. I just go ahead and get rid of that. Set up my Pirate Cove to do that raid. I think there will be a demand for coconuts as part of this Attack Lord Wyndham's convoy, which is why I turned off coconuts. So we're almost to the end here. Just keep fertilizing as the soil degrades, and you can see how it jumped back up to 115% there. Just waiting here. It says 10 months on the raid. A lot of us sitting around waiting now. Just waiting for them to take off or come back. Or I'm almost sure there was a demand in there, a raid demand. So just waiting here. Okay, so this is the raid demand I thought occurred. Deliver 1,000 coconut to the Pirate Cove. So we're just going to use our Teamsters to get 1,000 to the Pirate Cove. It shouldn't be too long here. That's why we built all the extra Teamsters. You can see there. So we got our 1,000 coconut in. We can resume exporting coconuts. But then we should see our ship coming in, our Pirate Cove ship coming back in here to round out this scenario. And then once this Pirate Cove ship comes back in, you will actually win the scenario here. So there's the ship, and you get the win game. So that's really all that is a part of the terraforming scenario for the Caribbean Skies DLC. So if you like these kind of videos, press that thumbs up. If you have a question still, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. And please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching this video on my tips and tricks and guide for this scenario. And I will see you next time.